Your forecast first, sponsored by Natex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
All right, good evening to you. Calm conditions here across the area. Really nice nights throughout the region, and we're going to keep things nice and calm here as we head into tomorrow morning. Look at the temperatures now down to low and mid-60s. 64 Champaign, 65 in Danville. I think some mid-50s will be around to start the morning. So nice, crisp, cool start to the day. Again, plenty of sunshine. Your Thursday's looking really good, but rain's coming our way as we head into the upcoming weekend. We'll outline that in the forecast when we come back here in a little bit. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
Parents say fights are a problem at one school, and school leaders agree how they plan to stop them.
Plus, haunted houses offer up scares, but people have to make sure it's nothing dangerous first.
It's like being Marty McFly in Back to the Future.
It's the past meets the present for this high school, why it's homecoming week in more ways than one.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
How do we get you to believe that the things we say are going to happen are going to happen?
Outbreaks of fights between students is causing concern among parents in Decatur. Tonight, school leaders attempted to repair the lack of trust parents say they have in them. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jessica Coons. Staff and parents at Stephen Decatur Middle School had a group meeting tonight to brainstorm solutions to stop violence. Parents already formed a volunteer group to add support and supervision of students in school, but they say more needs to be done. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen is with us now. So Jennifer, did they make any progress tonight?
Jessica, the school administration and parents established 3 core issues that factor into the problem and formed ways to stop it. Tonight, tensions ran high between concerned parents, but school leaders believe this was a constructive conversation that spurred positive ideas for solutions.
The stories I'm hearing from my child who goes to school here, it has not changed. And that's what she is saying, and that's what she is saying.
Parents' comments were met with loud applause as they shared frustration of the fights that have been happening between students at Stephen Decatur Middle School.
I am fed up. I'm ready to move back to Maryland because this school system sucks.
The concern is widespread between families and the school's administration. Physical fights have happened 17 out of the 28 days of school so far. 55 referral warnings have been given to students for fighting. It's caused aggravation and confusion for parents.
Well, school has started and nothing but a chaotic cluster. It's blowing smoke on our bus right now.
The school principal acknowledged a scheduling failure by overlapping classes this year that created issues for kids waiting on places to go. School administration says that's been resolved, but it created an opportunity for misbehavior. While no students have been hurt from weapons in school this year, the school security officers want to keep it from escalating to that, and so do parents. 3 main solutions were formed from the collaboration at this meeting. The first was asking more parents to volunteer in the school to help watch over the kids.
Come together as a community and step up and give, if it's 20 minutes from each person in this room.
Parents also suggested forming a PTO to help facilitate parent involvement. The third idea was to strengthen the methods of communication between the school and parents.
The school will keep hosting these meetings monthly for feedback from families. The next one is on Friday, October 18th at 10 a.m. in the auditorium. In the control room, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Jennifer, thank you.
Google's investigating a threatening review about Mount Zion High School. It was posted last night and included a swastika and pictures referencing the Holocaust with the faces of students edited onto them. The review also read, quote, "Best shooting range I've been to." Google removed the post, but it's trying to find out who's responsible. Police say they've increased their patrols around the high school.
Does anybody with a cell phone or anything anywhere on planet Earth can post this? We're thinking that it's maybe local, and if it is and it's within our reach, obviously we're going to pursue it criminally. But that's something that we're aware of too, that anybody can post this anywhere in the world, really.
This isn't the first time Mount Zion has dealt with a disturbing Google review. Last year, a swastika was posted, but with no message attached. Google removed the picture that time as well, but didn't investigate because it didn't come with a threat. We have new details about two people who were seriously hurt last night. It happened at the corner of Springfield and Kenwood in Champaign. There's a video circulating on social media of a car running into several people. The video is too graphic to show in full, but it shows a group fighting outside of a store. At least one person is then run over. Witnesses say it was hard to watch.
I thought it wasn't cool, I can tell you that. I knew that wasn't nice, but whatever discrepancy they had, when he ran them over, it kind of was over. After that, the next, the police came, everybody,
Police say they are still investigating. If you know anything about what happened, give them a call.
We have a follow-up on the impeachment inquiry announced against President Trump yesterday. It comes after a call he had with Ukraine's president in July. A whistleblower complaint says Trump asked the country to investigate Joe Biden's family by threatening to withhold military aid. Today, the Justice Department released a memo summarizing the call. It's not an exact transcript. It confirms the president urged Ukraine's president to look into Biden's son, who was on the board of a Ukrainian natural gas company. The president says he's the subject of a witch hunt. Congressman Rodney Davis tweeted, "Democrats seem intent on impeaching this president no matter the facts and again putting the cart before the horse. Impeachment is a very serious charge and will halt any progress on legislation important to my constituents." The memo release was not all that happened today. The whistleblower has also tentatively agreed to meet with congressional lawmakers. That announcement came hours after the House approved a resolution demanding the release of the complaint. The whistleblower will only meet with legislators if the acting director of national intelligence approves security clearance for the whistleblower's lawyer. The senior senator from Illinois is wondering if more than the executive branch was involved with Ukraine. Democrat Dick Durbin tweeted tonight saying, quote, "I'm calling on the Department of Defense Office of the Inspector General to investigate the withholding of Ukraine military aid appropriated by Congress, allegedly at the direction of the White House." The delay raises questions about whether DoD officials were involved in any scheme to target a political opponent.
We now officially know when CAMS is closing. The Campus Town Bar shuts down on October 20th. It's been on Daniel Street in Champaign since 1975. New office and apartment complex is going up in its place. Co-owner Scott Cochran says they'll save what they can, including the bar and bricks from the building. The new CAMS location will open later this year near 1st and Green. Jimmy John's started in Charleston decades ago. It's now becoming part of a larger brand. The company's being bought by Inspire Brands. Works with several other restaurants, including Arby's, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Sonic. Inspire will be the 4th largest restaurant company in the U.S. It's expected to close the deal by the end of next month.
It's a decades-old tradition brought back to life, what one school did for its homecoming week celebration.
Plus, the only thing haunted houses have to fear is a failed inspection. The state is making sure you stay safe.
And he took the Illini to the Rose Bowl years ago. What a former Illinois coach says it'll take for Illinois football to start winning again.